Coach Kerry Keating, it was about a month ago on his weekly radio show where Tar Heels head coach Hubert Davis said that he was going to hire a general manager for the Carolina men's basketball program. That was a bigger announcement than just one position. I know you believe that.
Well, when you look at the results that have happened since that time, you tend to think that there was a lot more going on than just the hiring of a GM in Hubert's mind. Take the Georgia Tech win out from the early December. They went 4-1, 1-4, 4-1. 1-4 leading into that announcement, now 4-1 again since the announcement. And from the untrained eye, even the trained eye, a visibly different Carolina team. Now, there are some nuances into why maybe they're having a little bit more success in terms of how they're adjusting with their personnel and having these results. But I don't think it's any coincidence that, and we all know this, teams normally take on the personality, the cadence of the head coach. It's none more apparent than in the throes of the season when you really have to dig in and kind of establish yourself in January. We talked about the stress that we could see that Hubert was wearing. It kind of showed him maybe how the team was playing. And I think since that time, whether it's being adhered to or not behind the scenes as all of the red tape gets cut over in Chapel Hill, there's clearly been a relief in Hubert's sense that he knows this is going to happen. He wouldn't have come out and said that had it not been in place. And clearly he had to do some things before that, which quite possibly could have distracted him from actually doing his main job, which is coaching the team. This is one of the reasons why you need that, why you need a new structure in college basketball. So many other ancillary things to take care of as a head coach. The main thing comes September into April, you want to be able to do is coach your team. I think a weight has been lifted off Hubert's shoulders. When and if this happens, it clearly is showing in how they play. It's a noticeably different Carolina team. Now, albeit the schedule hasn't been as daunting as maybe it was in other stretches during the season. But as we just talked about to open up, what you have to do in February, you have to win games. The Heels are now kind of a little bit more secure above that bubble line, mostly because they are going 4-1. The schedule being favorable as they head into the last season showdown, as we always finish against Duke. But having that momentum, as we know and talked about, that Duke game, you can throw records out the window. If all of a sudden the Heels going to win 3 more games going into that Duke game, and obviously winning that game, being the last one, certainly cements and solidifies their place in the NCAA tournament. Even before that, though, they may find themselves with a lot less pressure on their shoulders and the result of that Duke game as a result of what's happened with Hubert. Hey, we're going to make this change. And you can just kind of feel everything kind of come off his shoulders. And it looks like that's been paralleled in how the Heels are playing on the floor. It remains to be seen if actually this happens before the transfer portal opens up. Because let's be honest, guys, that can be a huge distraction. We just saw Duke potentially losing one of their top assistants, if not their top assistant, to go take on a fellow conference mate in Miami's head coaching job. The question I would ask down the road is, will he stay past the transfer portal? This is like the old football deal. Do you coach in the bowl game? Now we're going to have college basketball coaches. Do you coach to the end of the season? Because once that transfer portal opens up mid-March, so there's a lot of weighing factors in this. And I think in the case of Hubert, he'd like to have that in place so someone can adhere to that transfer portal while he's still coaching. You take that 100 times out of 100 to keep coaching, but you need to have someone who's taking care of that transfer portal for you right now. And obviously that'll be the first task for the GM that does get hired at North Carolina. So no coincidence. I don't think that there's a parallel. And we'll see if this continues on as the Heels try to solidify their position for March.
NC Pork, good for the plate, great for the state.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot on my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling.